Hi everyone and welcome back. I have an Abus 75IB50. This is a dimple padlock. It's a dead shackle and a dead core. This one I've gutted and grub screwed to get pics for the LPU belt app website, and this is the latest in my Unguttables series. Let's have a look at this one. I'm gonna put it in the vise. Let's see if we can get this picked. Oh, I've got a couple pins here from another lock. Put those over here. All right. So here's the key. You can see there's a row of passive pins that's along the top, and then the active pins are on the bottom here, but they actually face each other. They're opposing. You can kind of see it in the Keyway. Not really. All right, that's all right. We'll see it when we take it apart. On a tension with this prybar, I think this is a 0.6 mil. Actually might not be the best fit. What's this, 1.2? That's too big. Here's a 1. Here's a 1. That's a little better. All right, let's see how this goes. I'm picking with multi-pick number 11 G Pro. And there's the, there, that's better. Better contrast. There's the profile. Let's get started. Sorry, I keep bumping the camera. Is that in focus? Close enough. All right. Where's 1? 1 is springy. 2 is binding. Getting some counter rotation. 3 was binding. 4 is springy. 5 is binding. 6 getting some counter rotation. 7 I can get, oh, almost had it. And get under the pin. There we go. What's this? 6 counter rotation. Am I on it? Almost. There, I think. No, didn't set. Almost got it. What's this? Another one. Not sure what pin this is. There we go. I think that was messing. I was pinching the pick shaft. What's this one? I think this is 6 now. Okay. Can I get it? There we go. And what's this? Is this 2 or 3? 1, 2. I think it's 3. Let's slit off it. There we go, and it's open. Whoops. Let's get that. There we go. Shackles open. Did I show the key working? I'm not sure if I did. Let's lock it back up. Show the key working, just in case I didn't before. There. Key works. Okay. Let's get to gutting. Is this the right? I think. No, I think that's the wrong size. That's better. Tweezers, here we go. Steel spring. And then we've got a standard key pin and a spooled driver. The spools are asymmetric. Here, I'll show you. So you can see the one shoulder is much thicker than the other. The bottom one is quite thin. But they're effective. Here we go. What's next? Number 2. So there are some passive pins in there that as you get into a deeper false set, or as the false set deepens, I should say, those passive pins become a little bit more of a problem. Increasingly so. They can get in the way of the pick. Because the rotation of the plug pushes those passive pins into the keyway. There we go. Another spool in 2. And I would call this a standard key pin. Oh no, it isn't. It's a torpedo. There, torpedo key pin in 2. It's been a while since I grubbed this lock, so this is kind of a rediscovery for me. I don't remember what's in it. Another spool, standard key pin. Another steel key pin. Another spool and another torpedo key pin. Sorry, did I say steel key pin? Steel spring, torpedo key pin. and a spooled driver. Steel spring, spooled driver, another torpedo key pin. It's a pretty long one, longer than the rest. That's a min lift, I guess. And in 6, we have another steel spring. And torpedo key pin and a spooled driver. All right, let's get the plug out. Put this up here. And I'll put this over here to the side. And make some room. Got too many locks on the go here. Let's get another mat. And we'll pull out the retaining pin for the plug. Where are my tweezers now? There. Let's put that there. And if I remember correctly, the passives, yeah, the passives are on that side. So and this should just come out. There, keep the passives up. We'll have a look in there in a second. So there's the active pin side. There's the slot for the retention bar. And then on this side, we have 4 passive pins. So that would be 1, 2, 3 is empty, 4, 5 is empty, 6. 1, 2, 3, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, 1, 2, 4, and 6, and 7 is empty. So you can see the passive pin chambers there are a little bit beveled at the top. So are the mains, actually, just a tad. Not quite as much as the passives, though. There's the plug. Now, if we look inside, there is a brass plug there that holds the bearings at bay. So you can see there's one deeper cut and one shallower cut. That shallower cut would go toward the long end of the shackle that stays inside the lock body at all times, so that the shackle is retained. And this side would be the side where the bearing would move all the way out of the way and the shackle can then open. And this little slot or little bar on the back engages with the slot in the back of the plug, and that's what gets your turning action. Let's put that there. A couple ball bearings, 3 of them actually. 1, 2, 3. and then the shackle comes right out. And that's it. That's all the parts in there. So if we were looking at it assembled, this side of that little plug would face the long end of the shackle. It would be like this when it's locked, and that would be open. So if memory serves, there's one steel ball on this side and two steel balls on this side, I think. Anyway, let's have a look at the pins. I'm gonna move these out of the way, off the mat so they don't roll away on me. Let's put those in there. So that's what the passive pins look like. There's a bit of a shoulder on the top so that they don't fall into the keyway. And then the active side, we've got 6 spools and 4 torpedo key pins, 2 standard key pins. And that's about it, I guess. That's really all there is to it. So yeah, the ABIS 75IB50 padlock picked and gutted. Thanks very much for watching. I appreciate it. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Oh, you know what? One more thing we should talk about. So this keyway is not the worst, but it's not the friendliest either. Trying to get around that warding is a bit of a pain. So I actually use the number 11 flag is pretty small. If we take a look at it there, that's a pretty small flag for this keyway. But I take advantage of that little shelf on the left, and I actually pick off of that shelf. Where the key pins fall through the warding, there's a little bit more room for the flag to actually go between the warding. So if you're between key pins, the flag will touch the warding. You won't be able to rotate the flag all the way up. But when you're actually underneath a pin, centered on a pin, there's lots of room. You could even get away with a bit of a larger flag too. Like maybe, what number is this? This short rounded one. Is this it? Yeah, this will work too. This is the number 12. So 12 on the left and 11 on the right. Give you an idea of the profiles. And even the 12 profile on the left there, it'll still fit between the warding if you're directly under the key pins. The only problem is that it's hard to get this bigger flag between the passives and the active key pins. While the active binding key pins, it's pretty tough to get the flag in. So I opted for this one. Yeah, I think that's all I've got to say about this lock. Yeah, this time for real. Thanks very much for watching. I appreciate it. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.